What's up, Burnout the Badass people? How's everybody doing? All you rock stars and superstars here on this awesome Friday. And it's Adam Von Enns coming at you. I am the co-founder of Move, Think, Smile, here with the incredibly badass Elliot Fosheron. And if you didn't catch our live yesterday, you might want to take a look at that because it's really kind of expanding into today. Yesterday, we really focused on, check your focus. And, how people get so wrapped up in the minutiae and the details that they get lost of what really can impact their life. They get lost in, Elliot, they get lost in all kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah, like you said, the details, right? The things that we think are really, really important. And as we talked about yesterday, a lot of times there is so much drama in the details that really just doesn't need to be there. But most people that are struggling with burnout, anxiety, and fatigue, they just feel scrambled and they can't figure out the important details from the non-important details. And then that gets even more confusing and you start losing your energy.
Right. So what this is leading to is I know so many people and I'm one of those people. I get so wrapped up in the details and all I wanted to do was to really have performance. I wanted to reach peak performance. And so today, guys, you're going to love this. Grab a pen and paper and really tie in because we're going to go over some really detailed stuff. And that is the little-known formula used by the world's top peak performers. And guys, we recently learned this about 5 to 6 years ago. And before then, we struggled. I was personally looking for, achieving peak performance, right? And I would get out there and I bought so many courses. I bought so many self-help books. I bought so many things, entered into some masterminds, and none of them really delivered on their promise. And if that's happened to you, then this episode is definitely for you. If you know that there's something missing in all those, I'm going to call them courses that you've purchased. Either actually is a course that you took, or it's a book that had a plan and a strategy in it, or, over the years, that this might be the one piece that you're looking for in the puzzle, right, Elliot?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, the real thing is looking at, all of that time that you have invested into those courses. Like Adam said, what wasn't working, what was missing for you, and of course, how did you show up for the course as well? So yeah, we really want to dive into what is the strategy, what is the foundation for making this happen.
Right. So guys, if you want to have a simple, easy to understand framework that you can apply to any area of your life or business, then I think you're going to be absolutely blown away by what Ellie and I are going to chat about today. And basically, what we're really talking about is turning the search for success upside down. Right, Elliot?
Yeah, I like it. Upside down. Absolutely. We're going to go upside down.
So what we mean by that is most people are looking exactly in the wrong place for success. They start at the top instead of building a strong foundation. And I can tell you so many times, I remember, man, I've got CD after CD. Heck, I've even got cassette tape series. Remember the old fold-outs that got 12 tapes in them and you could listen in your car on the way to work?
Yep.
I want to name names, but I'm not going to. And they all had really great information in them. I mean, these guys were awesome and they had so much inspiring stuff. But what it came down to is you felt better, but nothing really ever happened, right? And it's all because a lot of those have you looking at the top instead of building a strong foundation. And what that's doing is it's creating a shaky, unreliable business and life structure. It's why so many people are crumbling at the first sign of stress. Too many people are building foundations on the smallest details that matter the least, which is kind of what we talked about yesterday in our episode on Check Your Focus, right, Elliot?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And what we're really talking about here is, think about a pyramid, right? I mean, again, like you said, it's what is that foundation? Because we talk about this all the time about, you feel like you're fine or you're telling everyone that you're fine. And really on the inside, that your foundation feels like it's starting to crumble. You're really you're holding together appearances. And this is where we try to grasp control of the little details to see if we can keep our foundation from crumbling. But the problem is we don't have a good base. And that's so important. If you don't have a good base, you're flailing.
Right. So when we say turn the search for success upside down, what we mean is, most people are, they're starting down, like they got their pyramid. I don't know if I can do this. They got their pyramid upside down, right? So we're gonna we're gonna do it like this, and we need to start here. And it's something you guys should know. Like this is a framework that we've adapted from the elite British SAS team. And if you guys don't know who they are, these are who I personally would consider the most badass people on the planet. They are trained to be dropped anywhere on the planet and to make it out alive.
Yeah.
Anywhere on the planet. So if they're flying over Antarctica and their plane goes down, they're trained to survive, right? Using this hierarchy of achievement that we're getting to, or what we call the pyramid of performance. We've modified it to fit what we do here at Move, Think, Smile. And it's a framework that has allowed us and a lot of our clients to go from burnout to badass in a very short amount of time. And today we're going to share it with you. Now, here's a warning, right? Do not let the simplicity fool you. This framework is powerful, but do not let it fool you. So, Ellie, tell us a little bit about the pyramid of performance.
Well, really, it starts with intention. What is your intention? And now, it's interesting, especially because we're in this time of year, we're getting ready to go into January, and people are starting to think about what their intentions are for the next year. And a lot of times we can really vocalize and list out all the things that we want in very clear ways, like I want to lose 20 pounds, or I want to get rid of this burnout, or I want to stop being tired all the time. But we don't really dig into how do we want to feel once we get there? How do we want to feel all along the way?
Now Ellie, I'm going to interrupt you just real quick here because I just want people to understand that this is level 1, okay? So we're talking about the pyramid of performance.
Yeah.
The larger the level, right, at the bottom, the more important or foundational it is you actually to achieving what you want. And in other words, what's most important is at the bottom. What matters the least is at the top. Mm-hmm. So we're starting at the bottom, and what LA is talking about with intention is level 1.
Yes.
And it's all about asking the 2 critical questions. And LA, would you tell us what those are again?
Yeah. So what is it that you want to do? So what do I want? And then how do I want to feel when I have it? This is really, really important, okay? Because again, people who have a tendency to burn out, they are just focused on the accomplishment, just focused on checking that next thing off their to-do list. But you got to figure out how you want to feel, not only when you have it, but also all along the way. Because if you can't have fun along the way, if you can't make your process sustainable, you're not going to reach the goal that you want. And your probability of burning out shoots through the roof.
Right. Okay, so let's do an example. It's like most people are really good at setting an intention that they want, right? Mm-hmm. For example, I want to earn $100,000 a year, right? Or I want to make $1 million a year. Who doesn't want to make $1 million a year, right? That's an intention.
Yep.
Or I want to lose 20 pounds before the New Year's party, right? Or I want to go to Everest and climb it and come back down in one piece, right? Or even something simple like I just want to travel to France, right? I want to take a trip to France. But not asking the second question is where people miss a huge opportunity to make their intention stronger and more powerful. And the thing you have to ask is, how do you want to feel when you're earning $100,000 a year or $1 million a year? How do you want to feel when you drop 20 pounds? How do you
because I was going to say, if you think about it, the only reason we choose to do something is because of the way we think it's going to make us feel once we get there.
Right. So is it going to be, are you going to feel relaxed, excited, stress-free, confident, proud, like a badass dad or a badass mom, role model to your kids?
Yeah.
There's a lot of clarity available to you when you know how you want to feel as a result of getting what you want. It can even change what you want when you look at how it's going to make you feel.
Yeah.
And one thing on intention, and Ellie can speak about this, is being bold, right?
Yeah, I mean, okay, we talk about this a lot. Make a bold move. So set an intention and, even if you fail to hit that, it's like you can still pull a win out of that. There's a win in everything that you do. So maybe you set that intention to lose 20 pounds, but you only lose 10 pounds instead. It's still a win.
Right. So the thing is, set an intention that even if you don't hit it, if you fail to hit it, you still win.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing. So if you set your goal for $1 million, but you only make 500 grand next year, that's still pretty damn good. Right.
Same thing, goes with, again, for a lot of the people that we have in our group, it's just, they just want to feel like their old selves again. They just want to get back to the water line because they feel like they're drowning or they're barely, treading water. So it's like, what is it like just to feel normal again? And that is a huge win. Yes. That's what you want to be headed for.
Yes. So the level number 1 on the pyramid of performance down here at the bottom, combine a bold intention with a clear understanding of how you want to feel when you get there, and you've created a very strong foundation for peak performance. Let's go into level number 2.
Okay, level 2 is all about mindset and beliefs. And we just did a training on this for our group last night, and this is where the real work happens. This is where the magic happens. I mean, this is what really lets people either just totally succeed or they just keep drowning. It's really about their commitment to their beliefs. Now, here's the crazy thing. A belief is just a thought that you keep having, and therefore your brain has gone out and collected data to prove that belief right. So you need to really ask yourself if your beliefs are empowering you or if they are disempowering you. And if that's true, you got to build a new belief.
Right. So like it or not, your beliefs, they're like superpowers, right? They affect your intention. They can either influence you to take action and fulfill the intention, or your beliefs can sabotage your intention. And I cannot tell you how many times I've watched people sabotage themselves right before they're about to be successful because of their beliefs and their mindsets, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. There is that sense of sabotage that, again, keeps us in a comfort zone that is not so comfortable. And that's something that we talked about before as well. It's like, well, I should probably just stay here. At least I know this level of comfort, getting back to my old self or really succeeding beyond my dreams. I don't know what that feels like, so I can't even touch it, right?
Right. So if your intention is to make $1 million a year, right, and you have the belief of only mean people make money, or money is the root of all evil, or there are people starving in the world, and I don't deserve that. The result is you're going to sabotage yourself. That you don't see yourself, as an excessive person living up while others suffer. So, or you can turn around and you can see earning $1 million a year is noble. That you see it as a tool to serve your family. You see it as a tool to, have a bigger impact on others and to help people.
Yeah, to get people out of poverty. It's like you can't help people that are in poverty if you're there with them. It's really important. It's like same thing with your families. If you're burnt out, if you have no energy, if you're operating on an energetic debt, how can you help your family? How can you pull them to the next level when you don't have anything to sustain yourself? So this is really, really important to realize, are my beliefs about who I am, my confidence, what I can do, are they really serving me? Or am I stuck in a mindset that just says, nothing's going to work for me, no programs are going to work for me, this is just the way my life is, this is the way it's always been? Are those beliefs really serving you?
Right. And you have to understand, your belief. If you understand that playing small and being broke doesn't help anyone get out of poverty, and poverty is your concern, that in fact with $1 million a year you could do even more to help those less fortunate people. The result is you will earn $1 million a year. Do you guys see the difference in that? Does this make sense? So your beliefs will either support or sabotage your intention. It's why you must do mindset work to create beliefs that support your intention. And the fact is, 99% of the people on the planet skip right over levels 1 and 2 and try to jump straight into level 3.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. Write this down, guys. 99% of the people on the planet skip over level 1, making the intention, and level 2, beliefs and mindset, and skip right over these first 2 levels, the foundation, and try and start at level 3, sometimes 4 or even 5. So let's get into it.
Yeah, I was going to say, we live in a doing world, right? We live in a world where we've been taught that it's about accomplishment, it's about getting A's on the test, it's about getting into college, it's about pleasing this person or that person, it's about having a successful business, and it's all about the doing. Doing. And, you got to ask yourself, are you a human doing or a human being? How do you want to be? Yeah, right? And it's not just about strategy.
Right. That kind of goes down back into level 1, right? It's the human. If you're a human doer, then you're not setting the belief or the intention or the feeling or human being, right?
Yeah.
So remember, 99% of the people skip the first 2 levels and they jump right into this one, level 3, which is strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And have you guys ever noticed how many of the best-selling books, most popular articles, in magazine covers are littered with how-to advice? Yeah.
Everybody wants how-to advice, right? It's how to do this, how to do that. Here are the 4 questions, and actually we do a good bit of this too. But again, you got to really ask yourself, in order to build that strong foundation, is it a how-to or how to be first, and then your goal, and then the strategy?
All right. So the real question, Ellie, is how do you know which how-to to follow, right? And what are those 4 questions people can ask to help identify and create the best strategy?
Well, really, you got to ask yourself, what is everybody else assuming, right? What does everybody else assume that is true about what you need to do? Or maybe what people in your industry do, or maybe what you do or supposed to do as a woman, or as a man, or as a burnt out professional or not. However you label yourself, what is everyone else assuming that you've really taken on and adopted that belief? It's really important to check in and see, is that getting them results? Is what everyone is assuming to be true, is that actually getting people results? Now, once you kind of get into those, then you want to ask the second question. And Adam, are you good? Your mic's sounding a little buzzy.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay. There you go.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay, sorry about that. My arm bumped into something.
Okay, so the first question is really, asking yourself, what is everyone else assuming? What assumptions are you taking on as a male, as a female, as a professional, whatever it is? And is that really getting people results? Then you want to ask the second question, which is, what if I assumed the opposite? What if I assumed the opposite? What if my belief system, what if I just turned it all upside down? This is really one of the most powerful questions you can ask yourself for uncovering the winning strategy that is going to work for you. Because again, you also need to realize that, getting where you want to be, getting the results isn't necessarily a one size fits all. That's why you really got to tune in to the things that you're hearing and find those little nuggets that stand out to you that you're like, ooh, that's what I needed to hear. That was just for me.
Right. And then another question is, what is the straightest path from where I am right now to my desired outcome or intention?
Yeah, that's right? A good one.
Most people put far too many roadblocks or speed bumps in their own way. They sabotage themselves. If you want to, if you've got a friend who wants to earn more money in their career, their solution is to go back to school and get another degree. Is that the straightest path? My daughter is actually kind of right there right now. She's like, I don't want to do this. I want to go this. That means she's got to go back to school because she wants to have this certain outcome. I'm like, that's kind of a backwards path. You're going backwards. That's not really the straightest path of where you need to be going. And that leads to the next question, which we talked about yesterday, and it's one of my favorites that we've learned recently. And that is what, Elia?
How do I do X without Y?
Yeah.
So really challenging yourself with this question, challenging your beliefs, because if what you were doing was working, you wouldn't be in a group like this, right?
Yeah, exactly. This question is really serving Elia really well, Elia and I really, really well over the years. And it's simply putting your intention as X, then Y is either what everyone is assuming or what you don't want to do. For example, how can I lose 50 pounds without having to go on a keto diet?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or how can I earn an extra $12,000 a year without having to work more hours? Right? Or how do I take that trip to France, right, without losing any of my income?
Yeah, because you know what this does is it really forces your brain to think of new strategies that you are probably missing and other people have missed. Because here's what you need to remember about the brain. It always wants a job. So you need to give it a job that's going to really work for you. If you don't, it's going to default into all the assumptions that you've picked up all along the way. So you've got to get really clear on a strategy. And, it's only then that it's time to really move on to the next step.
Exactly. So and that leads us to the next level. So most people skip levels 1 and 2. They go straight to level 3, trying to get a strategy, right?
Yep. Do.
Which doesn't work unless you've got level 1 and the intention and the beliefs and the mindset in place. And then you get into level 4, skills. And this is ridiculously easy. If you have the skills to fit the strategy, great. If not, either go learn them, or go find someone to do them for you. But there's something that Ellie and I want you to really get from this framework. A person with a clear intention, a phenomenal mindset, a solid strategy, and average skills will absolutely dominate a highly skilled person who has an average strategy, a weak mindset, and unclear outcomes. It's not even close, right, Elia?
Yeah, we're seeing this time and time again now. I can't say I know exactly for sure why maybe this didn't seem so apparent, 20 or 30 years ago. But really what we're seeing now is such amazing things where we've got people that are, high school dropouts that are running, Fortune 500 companies. They're doing these incredible things. And it's not because, school taught them to do that. It's because they really know how to make a strategy work for them, but they also really know how to set their solid foundations. And they are so full of intention, they're motivated, and they know exactly how they want to feel and where it is that they're going. And they have a laser-like focus on the right stuff, not the wrong stuff, like the stuff we talked about yesterday.
And it's also why, there's brilliant, talented people who are living on the street. It's the reason why, there's super fit and healthy people who are ending up in the ER with chest pains because of anxiety and fatigue, right?
Yeah, this is so backwards. This was exactly me too. I thought I'm super fit and I eat healthy and all these things. So how can stress be impacting me? Because I do everything that it takes to, combat it. But like we said before, when the stress is too high, when you're burning out like crazy and the world is crashing in on you, it doesn't matter how fit you are. It doesn't matter how healthy you are. It doesn't matter how many coping skills you have. You have reached your tipping point.
Right. And, skills are next to the least important factor in your success on our pyramid of performance. You can learn skills, you can hire skills, and here's what's even less important. Elia, drum roll. Tools.
Tools, yes. The right job, the right husband or wife, the right food, the right workout, the right meditation.
Dude, I am so guilty of this. I'm so guilty of this.
The right font, like we talked about yesterday.
Oh, shit. Right, like spending so much of my time and energy wasting on trying to find the right tool, the right software, the right laptop, the right microphone, the right yeah, the right font, the right, like this is kind of like what we talked about yesterday and check your focus. Like, where's your focus at? So many people, and I was so guilty of this for easily 20 years from grad school until until we figured out the formula, right?
Yeah.
And that is, so focused on the tools. Like, if I only had this would be great. I only had this, if this would be great. And I cannot tell you the number of times my Amazon shopping cart was filled up with tools, right? Not only tools, but cheap freaking tools, like made in China, stuff that just, they came in. It's like, oh man, if I just had this wireless headset, I could do my calls better. I could talk to people better or stuff like that. Of course, one, it didn't help at all. It didn't help me succeed, and it usually broke, right? So focusing on tools is ridiculous. Now,
yeah. And like we said, it's like sometimes they don't help at all, but sometimes, they can make your work a little easier and a little faster. But if you don't have the other layers of your support setup, if you don't have the other layers of the pyramid, then it just doesn't matter at all, because it's all going to come crumbling down.
And there's a great example that I heard not long ago. And if you guys don't know, James Patterson is one of the most amazing writers of our time. And he uses nothing more than a pencil and a pad of paper. And he outproduces, outdoes tens of thousands of writers who have the latest state-of-the-art iPad Pros, shiny MacBooks, Zen books, whatever you got. The latest software.
That's awesome. That's awesome, because as a writer myself, I'm like, hey, yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, even if, all these people are like, yeah, man, I've got Scrivener, I'm going to be able to write this crazy thing. And no, it's like he crushes them. He crushes them, because it's not about the tools. It's not about, tools are helpful at the top, but they are the least important thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, we want to share this with you because, right, it's like you're trying to build something from, the ashes of burnout. And maybe actually some of you are still at the teetering tipping point. I don't think I've gone super in depth on the levels of burnout, and that would be a great live to do. But really, whether you're tipping or whether you're trying to rebuild yourself from burnout, you've really got to make sure that you're mindful of getting your foundation right. Otherwise, you're going to burn out again. And like we've shared before, a lot of people who struggle with burnout will burn out again because they don't get their structure and foundation right that second time around.
Yeah, look, if you guys want to be part of something that leverages all of this, something where you're going to get the mindset support you want, where you're going to get the support in terms of strategy, you get the support in terms of key skills, tools, but most effectively, the support in terms of the most important, the foundation of the pyramid of performance, level 1 intention and level 2 mindsets and beliefs. Then we want to invite you to come and book a call with us at movethinksmile.com/talk. It's, we talk about this all the time. Some people take us up on this, some people don't. And guys, it's a friggin' free call. It's about 45 minutes or so, and we can talk about, what the top 1% of peak performers know that you don't, and how they're reaching, peak performance, and how they're having a badass life with tons of energy, freedom, and cash flow, and how they're ending the sleepless nights, right? And how they're able to come home from work and unplug immediately so they can start doing incredible things and having adventures and experiences with people they love. Right?
And the biggest thing really is figuring out what's stopping you from getting back to your old self that feels good, that self that that was in existence before you made the fiery kind of fall into burnout. Because I know each and every one of you have in your minds who that person is, and it's not who you are right now. And and we know that you are not living your dream right now. You are not living your potential if you are struggling with anxiety and fatigue and burnout. And that just sucks. It's a sucky way to live.
Yeah, it is. And it really is. And guys, seriously, schedule a call. You're going to talk with either Ellie or myself, movethinksmile.com/talk. We're going to get you crystal clear on a couple things. One, what in your life is really messing with you right now, and how come you're not winning anymore? Because I know every darn person in this group, either Ellie and I have personally let you in. We screened everybody to make sure that you're a winner who wants to start winning again, but something is causing some worry, some fear, some overwhelm. For Elliot, it's anxiety on that side of thing. If you're like me, it was a lot of anger and rage and just pissed off and why me? And I'm doing all this stuff, but nothing's working. How did my life get here? How did I get into my late 30s, my 40s, right? And all these people around me are having success and I'm not. It's embarrassing to go to a party and just try and just like, yeah, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Or, or a lot of people will answer slammed. It's like, yeah, if you want to get back to winning again, if you want to feel like your old self, you want to get rid of some of the scary physical side effects, even if you're not having scary physical side effects, but your productivity's down and you're really looking to achieve ultra peak performance, right? And you want to start implementing the Move, Think, Smile formula, or you want to learn more about it, please book a call with us. It's free. It's 45 minutes. movethinksmile.com/talk. Elia, mic drop. You got anything else?
I think you did it. You did it all. You're the most amazing MC. I'm very honored to have Adam here as the MC on most of these lives. And Adam, I think just be sure to let everybody know you're going to be back in the group tomorrow.
Oh crap! Yeah, like we're doing a friggin' holiday, like 13 days of Christmas style here. We might just keep going. So this is day number 2 in a row that we're doing a live. I'm going to be in the group tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time, interviewing one of our clients. He comes from the beautiful area of Orlando, Florida, originally from Oklahoma. And you're going to learn about his story and how he went through some drastically rough times with a lot of job changes, an amazing amount of job changes, really rough time with his wife. It ended in divorce, trying to remake himself in his 40s, and how Move, Think, Smile has really, and how we've really taken him from the spirals of shame, right? And just embarrassment and just lack of self-worth, and have really gotten him back up into feeling good and actually producing again, right? And actually being the dad he wants to be for his son and his daughter. And it's going to be a really good, heartwarming episode tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time. That is Saturday, December 15th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then on Sunday, Elia, I was thinking about maybe we should come live around 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern time and talk about the one Christmas present they shouldn't buy.
All right. Okay.
What do you think about that?
Yeah. Okay. We'll do it.
Okay, guys. So we'll be back Sunday, probably 5, 6, 7 p.m. We'll announce it in the group. We'll figure out a time. We got to get our schedules all together. It's just an idea I had. But Ellie and I have been talking about this, and the 3 reasons why you should not buy this for Christmas. The 3 reasons why you should not buy this for Christmas. And I think you're going to really like this episode. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Until then, guys, put comments down below if you have any questions, or hit us up private message if you need to. Elia Fosheron, I'm Adam Von Enns. Look us up, send us a private message if you've got a question. Or, like I said, go ahead, and if you're ready, if you're sick and tired of being in a crappy place and you're ready to conquer, if you're ready to stop coping with the fatigue and anxiety, you understand what it's costing you, and you're ready to get your life back, go to movethinksmile.com/talk. And until then, I'll be back here at 10 a.m. tomorrow.
All right, guys, take excellent care of yourselves, and we'll chat soon.